Okay, so I'm back with another one. In my last video, I talked about the peacock with the eyes, right? And this time I want to talk about some more birds, you guys. And I want to show you something really important with the birds, okay? Let me turn this around. Okay, so here is my crown, okay? And I am a bird of paradise, okay? And the word bird equals 33, okay? And because we're birds of paradise, this is concerning the dice as well. Okay, and you'll see a lot in your Bibles about the birds. Okay, so here I have drawn the zodiac and I have shown you high heaven, which is hot and warm, begins in Aries, okay, and it rests in Virgo. And then at the end of Virgo, we walk into the balance beam, right? And then the tables are flipped where we go into the colder months. Okay, so there's your red shift, blue shift. There's your hot season and your cold season. Okay, and because we're the birds of paradise, 33, we fly because we live in heaven, right? The birds of paradise, this is considered the paradise time. This is considered the paradise time. 1 dice, 2 dice. Okay, showing you the version of the seasons, how they roll, right? And all the birds fly south for the winter. Okay, and you've got your red shift, blue shift, and you got your red bird, blue bird to help you remember this. And this is why the Christ pointed out about you being hot or cold. Okay, hot is 43, cold is 34, and that equals 7 and 7 for the 77 Christ. Okay, and I've come over here again to show you some more stuff about the zodiac because these are representing the zodiac. The zodiac circle is 100%. Half of each is 50-50, which is your 55 sky pass. 55 sky pass for all the birds of heaven, 24/7. Okay. Now we also have 60 seconds on the clock. Half of 60 is 30 and 30, which gets you 33 for the birds. Once again, even the birds know what time it is. Okay. So that's the little bit about the birds. Okay, and the birds are the angels. Okay, because we're also the birds. We're the birds of paradise as well. Okay, we're the flying angels who come from white space into dark space and from dark space into white space. We make our own little journey, and the earth is our breeding ground. Okay, this is why we have inherited the earth, and we come here to breed, and then we fly away home, south for the winter. Okay, I did stuff about south in my last video. South is pertaining to fire, and the birds of paradise are the flame-feathered serpents. Okay, so in that I've talked about the birds, and I've talked about 1 through 10, because we're the 1 through 10. We're the 10 also. We're the 1 through 9. We're the 1 through 10 also, because we're the say 10, 55. Okay, and 1 through 10 equals 55. Sky pass. So there's you another little tip there. Okay, so we're also here to play cats and dogs. And so I've been showing you in some of my art and also in the dice. Okay, first before I get on with the cats and dogs, I wanted to mention some more about the birds. Okay, so we also have our black and white birds, okay, mentioned in the Bible. One of them is a peace dove. And we've got our as above, so below. And you've got your as a dove, so be owl. There's you some more birds there. Okay, and Noah had a ham. Noah had an ark. Noah had a dove that was a white bird, and then he had a raven that was a black bird. So there's your black and white. Okay, and with your black and white, we also have the pink flamingos that remind us of the flame. And the pink takes us back to the pink pig. Okay, now the raven and crow are both a black bird. Okay, and the raven and the crow have a hidden message in their name. Raven is talking about Ra of the sun, and the crow is talking about the crown. Okay, and I've brought my crown here to talk about the birds. Okay, so now back to the cats and dogs. Okay, so I've drawn this here, and I've shown you before how this is the fifth element. This is talking about you. This is Jack's box, where X marks the spot, right? This is concerning the Great Pyramid and the capstone, because this is the bird's eye view from above. Okay, and we've got our crosses that we've put in here inside our box. Okay, that gets us our octagon. Now, this isn't the greatest octagon that I could draw, but just note, this is supposed to be an octagon. This is an 8-point star. These two come together to form an 8-point star, just like these come together to form an 8-point star. Okay, and the 8-point star also creates your stop sign for the dog god pound. Okay, the dog is considered the stop sign at the pound. Okay, this is the dog stop as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you something with the numbers in this and how it activates your stars. Okay, and so you may ask, why is this concerning the dog? Well, the dog is the god that is you, and this is where we come to stop. Okay, and the Great Pyramid has a lot to do with this game. Okay, and the dog god game is 26, and 26 is 8 for the Queen's Gate. It's pertaining on how you get here. Okay, and because we're dog and cat, we're playing dog and cats here. Dog was 26 and cat is 24 for your 24 hours with your 6. And this is where you get your hex or your black cats. Okay, and they come into play with these, see the 8 here for the octagon? And then you got your 6 for your hexagon. Okay, and inside this hexagon, inside this octagon, 4 hexagons will fit here. So you have 4 black cats and 1 dog in the game. Okay, so over here I've done some of the keypads with our crossing here, our 8-point cross, and I'm gonna add some information here for you regarding the 8-pointed star, which is pertaining to the dog. Okay, and the 8-pointed star, like I showed before, is your addition and multiplication signs. So you've got 1 and 9, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 2 and 8, 10, 4 and 6, 10. So you've got 10, 10, 10, 10. That equals your 40. Okay, and you cross the 5 4 times. Okay, 420. Right here on the pound sign, hashtag 420, you cross this 5. You cross Jack's box 420. Okay, and 20 plus 40 equals the 60 for your 60 seconds on the clock. Okay, so you got your 60 seconds on the clock. Now, your stars can go like this. 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 Okay, and notice how when I make these become a cube, a hexagon. Okay, so that's your black cats right there for your hex. See, and I talk a lot about the hexes and the mirrors and the cats. Okay, and it's important that we know that pertaining to the God Dog Pound, because literally these all fit inside the octagon. They all fit inside that. Okay, so let's do our hexes over here. Well, we've got 1 and 9, 7 and 3, 4 and 6. And we've got 1 and 9, 7 and 3, 2 and 8. Then we've got 4 and 6, 2 and 8, 7 and 3. Then we've got 4 and 6, 2 and 8, 1 and 9. And these are 30s. So you've got 30s times 4, which equals your 70. Okay? Now, you crossed, in each one, you crossed over the 5 3 times. So 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. And then you've got 4 of them. You've got 4 times 15, which would be 60 seconds on the clock once again. Okay, and this is where your stars come into play here. These are all stars. Now keep in mind, this is a star too, and this is a cross. This is a Knights Templar 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 cross. This is all pertaining to the zodiac. This is pertaining to your Grand Pyramid. This is pertaining to your hexagon box of Saturn. The birds of heaven where we play cats and dogs in the dog god game.